Have you ever felt like you're being pulled in two different directions? Both things matter to you. You love them both. So you keep trying to hold on to each one of them, but somehow there isn't enough time or enough energy or just enough of you. You need a double for yourself to make it all work. Hi, I'm Scarlett Classic, and welcome to Classic Advice, a mental health podcast offering guidance for resilient souls, anchoring calm amidst the chaos. There comes a time when we realize something very difficult, a hard truth that we have to choose one path or another. And it doesn't have to mean that one path is wrong, but it simply means that you need to make a choice. Today, I'd like to share with you guys a decision that I have made that was very difficult to make, but I'm very, very excited about it too. I have been podcasting for about 2 years now. This is episode number 193, and that isn't counting all of the timeless truths that I didn't number back in the day, so well over 200 episodes. And I've had a lot of fun doing it. And when I started podcasting, it was because I was listening to a lot of podcasts and I was thinking to myself, that sounds like so much fun. I would have a lot of fun doing that. So I kind of did it as a kind of for fun thing that I fell in love with along the way. But that being said, my dream ever since I was a little girl was to write and to one day publish some books and become an author. When I first learned how to write, on summer break, I wrote up a story, and then me and the neighbor kids turned it into a play and acted it out for our parents after days of preparation and having fun with rehearsals and all of that. And that's been my dream my whole life, is to one day be an author. When I walk into a bookstore, I long to see one of my books on the shelf one day. And for a really long time, I've been trying to write on the side and do the podcast and build my homestead with my husband, and work the job that I work, which is very long hours. And there just isn't quite enough of time and of me and creative energy for me to chase both podcasting and writing. I've realized that trying to give everything 100% has left me doing both of them at kind of 50%. And for my book at like 2%. Because I tend to give all of my energy and my time to the podcast so that I can release on a regular schedule. And what it leaves me with is not enough creative energy to work on my book. I think we can associate quitting with something negative. And I don't want this to be that, because as you already probably imagine, I am going to stop the podcast for now so that I can go write my books, so that I can have the time and creative energy to go chase that dream and choose that path for a little while. But I don't want this to be seen as something negative or being framed as a failure, because I don't view it that way. I view it as closing one chapter and starting another, which is a very exciting journey. And stopping something that no longer really feels aligned with who I want to be in 5 years. Thinking of your own life. Is there something in your life right now that doesn't feel like it's quite in alignment with who you want to be in 5 years. When I was humming and hawing and making this decision, I was thinking, in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now, what makes me light up? Is it the podcast growing and continuing doing exactly what I'm doing right now? Or is it the potential of having my book done? And immediately after I asked myself that question, I didn't even need 5 seconds to know what I really wanted. I knew right away. What I want in 5 years is, or 10, is to be able to have my books done. Asking ourselves where we want to be and what we want down the road can help bring us that clarity in making a very, very difficult choice. And for me, this was a very difficult choice. I've been thinking about it for, a long time. And I went down to 3 days a week thinking, well, maybe that's what I needed. And I do need that. I do need more self-care time, which I have been telling you guys a lot on here. You guys need to make some time for yourself to take care of you. So I did that. I cut back and I got more self-care time, and it made me think about my book and everything that I'm not doing in order to achieve that dream. Slowing down really brought me some clarity of what I really want. There's a difference between giving up because something is hard and letting go because your heart is leading you somewhere else. Some endings are simply making room for a beginning. Like I just, said, I'm ending this chapter, so to speak, so that I can go start a new one. And that is something beautiful, not something sad. And I'm not going anywhere. Even though the podcast won't have new releases, if there's old episodes that you haven't listened to, you'll be free to go listen to those if you choose. And I'm still going to be online. My website is going to live there. I'll have time to update my website, make it a little better, hopefully. And I'm still going to be doing my socials. So if you want to know, what's going on in the book and my progress and all of that, and I'm still going to be doing my typical social posts that I have been doing. So I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just shifting gears into a different path. And I hope that you join me along that path for the journey. I know it will be on a different platform because it won't be on a podcasting platform, but I would love for you to join me on the journey. So in your own life, what has maybe served you for a time, but you feel like maybe it no longer really fits the person you are becoming or you want to become? Are you holding on to something because you still really love it? Have you ever heard of the, different seasons of life? It's so true. There are so many different seasons of life, and this is just one of mine. We naturally grow. Our priorities will change. We discover new passions. We gain new experiences. Letting go of one role does not erase everything that it gave us. I am so thankful for this podcast. It has taught me a lot. With all the research that I've done behind the scenes, with all the thought and growth that it has given myself, I will be forever grateful for this podcast and everything that it has taught me and how I've grown and evolved because of the fact that I made this podcast. It doesn't negate any of that. It becomes a foundation for where we go next. Growth often isn't about adding one more thing on top of what we're already doing, but choosing fewer and more intentionally so that we can go where we need to. That growth sometimes requires us to let go of one thing so that we can move on to another thing. And that doesn't make it wrong or sad. It makes it exciting because of where we're going to next. So, that all being said, this will be the final episode of Classic Advice. And this isn't a sad announcement. I feel excited. It's like when you're about to board a plane and go to a new destination. The excitement that you feel for discovering new adventures. Making room to pursue something that I've dreamt about for as long as I can remember. And as I already stated, I will still be on social media, and I really hope that you'll follow me along on that journey. My website will also be there. So my friends, this isn't goodbye. This is simply a new chapter. And I hope that by me sharing this with you, it gives you the courage to start your new chapters, to go and board your plane, to your exciting new thing. Because there's so much out there, and your dreams deserve to be chased. But if you don't choose to maybe put down and stop walking on the current path, you won't be able to go board that plane. Because boarding that plane requires you to stop walking on the path that you're currently on. So I hope that this is an encouragement to you to be brave and step aboard that plane and go to new places and be excited for the journey ahead. That all being said, thank you. Thank you for every listen, for every message, for every comment, to every bit of encouragement that you guys have been to me over the years. Whether you've been here for one episode or whether you've been here for 200 plus, you've been a part of the journey with me, and I hope that it has helped you as much as creating them has helped me. Remember, as you go, sometimes the bravest thing we can do isn't holding on, but letting go and beginning again. Take care of yourselves, and until our paths cross again, keep moving forward and keep chasing those dreams, because they definitely won't chase you. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Advice, guidance for resilient souls. May you stay anchored in what steadies you, rise resilient through what challenges you, and carry calm into whatever comes next. Take care. Love ya. Bye.